Hey, it's John Hope Bryant, entrepreneur and founder of Operation Hope, the largest national financial inclusion organization in America, and America's financial coach. Also just launched the 1 Million Black Business Initiative with Shopify, and also founder of the Promise Homes Company and Brian Good Ventures. And the reason I mention that, and the author of the new book, Up From Nothing, the Untold Story of How We All Succeed. The reason I mention that is that it should be clear to anybody watching this broadcast what my role is in my family or in my organization. And in my book, the Up From Nothing, which is just out, and I encourage you to buy a copy and buy it as a holiday gift and Christmas gift and a birthday gift for family and friends. Because I think it's about mindset. And I think in this 2020, it could be a transformational piece for you and your family. But it's obvious to anybody who meets me what my role is. I'm the hunter. So there's, in my book, Up From Nothing, I talk about the 3 mentalities. I'll get in that in a different video. 3 roles. I'm going to talk about a successful organization or family. I'm going to talk about that now. And the 5 pillars of success. I'll talk about that in a separate video. This is a way you to overcome racism, sexism, biased, people who mean you harm, the 5 pillars of success. But let me deal with right now. So I'm trying to give you a real formula for success, no matter what's going on in your life, an absolute formula where you can punch through the noise, punch through people trying to punch you, and win. So the 3 roles that you need to establish in every successful family, in every successful organization, be it for-profit, nonprofit, be it government, it doesn't really matter whether it's local, whether it's national. You have 3 roles, and there's a 4th bonus role that you actually want to try to avoid. The 3 roles are hunter, skinner, preparer, and cook. And the role you want to avoid is spectator. I want to acknowledge my friend John Bartling, vice chairman of Deutsche Bank, who inspired this particular inclusion in the book, and my boy Roland Martin, for whom we've had a lot of conversations about this topic, particularly the spectator topic. So I'm talking to everybody, but the spectator comment, I'm particularly going to drill in with Black America. So a hunter, and by the way, this is not sexist. This is not chauvinistic. Because you can have a woman hunter. In fact, in many Black households, the woman is the hunter, the person who brings home the bacon, the person who makes the income, the person who has the net worth, the person who is on salary, the person who has a professional career, the person who is the provider. Oftentimes, in the Black family, was with my family growing up, the woman was the hunter. So it doesn't matter who the hunter is, but every family has a hunter. That person, oddly enough, tends to be, it's not always the case, but they tend to be the head of household, either literally as in agreed or functionally, which means that they may let other folks make decisions or whatever, but in reality, they're writing the check, and without their credit, things don't happen. And, without their income producing ability, without their leadership ability, things don't happen. And you can have also a real tug and a real difficult situation in a relationship if you don't know what your roles are, if you're trying to placate somebody. It's just really smarter just to figure out what everybody's role is and then assign it so you're all going in the right direction. So I'm clearly the hunter. I go out and bring home, and bring in the company, the clients, the rewards, the resources. So but without question, my wife Shatra is the cook, and I don't mean literally the cook, right? I mean that she delivers on the promises that I'm making. So I may buy the house, but she turns it into a home, right? I've created the structure, but she brings spirit and spirituality and warmth into that whole environment, gives it purpose, gives it meaning. So I set it up, to quote my friend Rod McGrew, but she paid it off. And in the middle, in my example of the family, and I'll go to business, you have our nephew Mason, my play son. And Mason is, in this example, the skinner. He's the analyst. He's a person who looks at the documents, reads the mail when it comes in, make sure there's no bomb addressed to me. If someone gets blown up, he does. Just kidding, Mason. He's the one who does a lot of the paperwork, who makes sure that the vendors are being taken care of and that the trains are running on time, so to speak. That the process is moving. The process has integrity. It's set up so that Chaitra, in this example, can keep the promises as so she can execute on the vision. If you're running a business, now by the way, are there times where the cook is the hunter? Yes, it's possible. If the person who is this example, is the person who is the cook in this example, person for whom you is making the house into a home, is redecorating the whole thing and remodeling the whole thing, and they've been given a budget and a mandate. In that example, they are the hunter. They're now going out and they are chopping down trees, not literally. They are getting things done. They are hiring vendors. They're making the contracts. They're making decisions. But by the way, does that person also is that person in that example subject to the head of household? Yes, they are. So so here's a question. Somebody would say, well, is the head of household, it's all about you. Well, it is actually about them. It's about everybody supporting them, because supporting them supports you. If they go broke, you go broke. If they fail, you fail. If they don't succeed, you don't succeed. So it's not an ego thing. You got to put the ego aside. This is about supporting in a business environment, whether it's running a church. A lot of Black folks, we get into all kind of ego trips about who's in charge, all this kind of stuff, and none of that stuff matters, right? You got to put that aside, figure out what the mission is, and all be about that mission. And I'm thankful to my family. I'm thankful to my physical family and my organizational family that everybody's sort of very proud about, and there's a lot of pride and fulfillment in the role that they have to make it all come together. In my organizations, I'm also the hunter. I've got a lot of people who play the Skinner role, the analyst, the preparer. And then there's the people who, like Lance Triggs at Operation Hope, who's the cook. He's delivering. In some cases, Mary Arison at Operation Hope is the cook because she's delivering for partners. Lance is delivering on programs and for clients. So Rachel Doff, my chief of staff, she's the analyst. She's the Skinner at Operation Hope. At the Promise Homes Company, you've got people who play that role. I'm the hunter there, also bringing the deals. I've got the analysts there, people like Michael Chire, finance person, whatever. And then I've got people who are delivering on the promise, like Jackie Williams, who is dealing with resident engagement. But again, these roles are multifaceted, but you also have to, again, acknowledge who's the head of household, who's the CEO or who, whatever, so you can support them, right? And a camel's a horse designed by committee. You want the horse to be able to go. So sometimes it's not appropriate for you to have a committee on everything. Sometimes you just need to trust the person who is our point and support them, because if they succeed, you succeed. Doesn't matter if it's male or female. So which are you in your household, in your business, in your organization? And by the way, it may change. You may be the hunter at work, and you may be the Skinner or the cook at home. You may be the hunter at home, and you may be the Skinner or the cook at work, right? But you got to figure out what your role is so you can play it really, really well, and support the person who's gonna allow you to facilitate your role. There was something else I wanted to cover on this. Oh, the spectator. So this is really fascinating. Like, there's a lot of people spend a whole lot of time turning this smartphone into a dumb one, because they spend hours and hours every day commenting on everybody else's social media, commenting on celebrities you don't know. So spending time you don't have on people who you don't know, on things for which really don't matter, with advancing someone else with a net worth that doesn't affect or touch yours. If you're spending all your time talking about celebrities and hip hop stars and basketball stars and football stars and personalities, how does that affect you? How does that have any relevance to you whatsoever? You're not a stockholder, a shareholder in their deal. You're advocating for them or against them. You got an opinion. It's okay as a source of entertainment to engage in that a little bit, but it should not be akin to a full-time job. And when people who have big ideas, people who are type A personality leaders, or just who have a winning mentality, they say that people with winning mentality talk about their ideas. People who have a survivor's mentality talk about other people. Did you get that? So folks who are hunters, skinners, and cooks don't have time to be messing around with other people. They're talking about their ideas and they're executing on those ideas. People who are spectators talk about other people, generally negatively, I might add. And it's just not a good return on investment and beyond, on top of everything else. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful. Go get the book Up From Nothing. That's just a little jewel in the midst of it. And let me know what you think. Pass this around, share it, and let me know your comments. Let me know whether I explained this properly or not. Love and light, John O'Brien. Let's go change the world. And check out Operation Hope and 1 Million Black Business Initiative with Shopify. It's unbelievable.